All right, let's jump right in. I want you to think about something for a second. There's this secret, constant, hidden activity happening inside your body at this very moment. And the crazy part is, it connects you to the entire universe, but you probably have absolutely no idea it's even there. Okay, so take a look at this number 4,000. What could that possibly be? I mean, it's not the number of breaths you take in an hour, or I don't know, the number of emails in your inbox. No, it's something way more fundamental, something happening inside you. So let's get personal here. What is happening on average 4,000 times every single second inside you? We're not talking about something out in the world. We're talking about something happening within your very own atoms. You ready for this? Okay, let's pull back the curtain on what this incredible internal secret really is. Yeah, that's right. The answer is radioactive decay. I know it sounds like something from a sci-fi movie, right? Or something you'd only find in a high-tech physics lab. But nope, it's happening inside you all the time. Every single second, about 4,000 of your atoms are just spontaneously changing. So the specific culprit, if you want to call it that, for all this internal radioactivity is an isotope called potassium-40. Now, don't let the word isotope scare you. It's just a slightly different version of an element. And this particular version of potassium, it's just naturally radioactive. But wait, why do we even have potassium in our bodies in the first place? Well, turns out it's absolutely vital. Your body needs it for, well, pretty much everything. From the nerve signals that let you think and move, to the muscle contractions that keep your heart beating just right. And it just so happens that a tiny, tiny fraction of all that essential potassium is this radioactive potassium-40. And that's where things get really interesting. So, what does it actually mean for atoms to be decaying inside you? Let's break down the mechanics. Okay, so here's the play-by-play. You have this atom of potassium-40 just existing. It doesn't stay that way forever, though. Completely on its own, with no warning, it'll suddenly decay. And when it does, it transforms into a totally different element, either calcium or argon. Poof! In that one instant, it's not potassium anymore, it's something brand new. And this transformation, it's not a quiet little affair. When that atom decays, it releases a burst of tiny particles and energy. We're talking an electron, a tiny, almost massless little guy called a neutrino, and sometimes even a bit of gamma radiation. So picture this. Every second, thousands of these tiny, microscopic fireworks are going off inside your body. Now, I know what you're probably thinking the moment you hear that word. Radiation. Yep, this right here. Hold on. Is this dangerous? Are thousands of radioactive things happening inside me every second a bad thing? And look, that is a totally fair question, but the answer is actually surprisingly simple. The short answer? No. It's completely safe. And here's why. The amount of radiation we're talking about is incredibly, incredibly tiny. You have to remember, life on Earth grew up, it evolved, in a world that is already naturally radioactive. It's in the rocks under your feet, it's in the soil, the food, the air we breathe. Our bodies are built for this. We're perfectly equipped to handle this low, constant level of what's called background radiation. In fact, to help put this super tiny amount of radiation into perspective, physicists actually came up with it's kind of a famous and pretty funny unofficial unit of measurement. It's called the banana equivalent dose. Yep, a banana. So why a banana? Well, because bananas are famously rich in potassium, right? Which means they are also just a tiny bit radioactive, just like you are. So the radiation dose you get from eating one single banana is a perfect kind of silly way to think about these really small, totally normal, everyday exposures. Okay, so we've established you're safely, naturally radioactive. No big deal. But this is where it gets really interesting. When we zoom out, way out, and see this not just as some weird biological fact, but as part of a much, much bigger cosmic picture. I mean, just think about what's happening in any given second. Trillions of neutrinos that were born in the heart of our sun are passing straight through your body, like you're not even there. High-energy cosmic rays from galaxies millions of light years away are slamming into our atmosphere. And at the exact same time, thousands of atoms inside your own cells are just quietly changing who they are. It's this constant, invisible cosmic dance. And yet, while all of this profound, universe-spanning stuff is happening in us and through us, what's going through our heads? Yeah, maybe I should check Instagram. It's kind of hilarious when you think about it, that contrast. But all of this really points to a much deeper realization about what we really are. You're not some static object. You're not a fixed thing at all. You are a dynamic, constantly changing piece of the universe. You're more like a location, a place where particles are interacting and atoms are transforming. So I want to leave you with this final thought. Try thinking of yourself not as a person, but as a cosmic process happening in one place for a while. That kind of changes things, doesn't it? You're not just living in the universe. The universe is literally happening inside of you.